First Class Productions.
In 2013, Alien's colonial marines landed with sky-high expectations. Fans were promised an authentic Aliens experience. What they got instead was a glitchy, uninspired mess that failed on almost every level imaginable. It wasn't just disappointing, it was a disaster. Almost instantly, it was labeled one of the worst games of all time, a cautionary tale of over-promoting and under-delivering. Then, just a year later, Sega took another swing at the franchise with Alien Isolation. This time, instead of a fast-paced shooter, they handed the project to Creative Assembly, a studio known for Total War, a series about grand-scale strategy battles.
A survival horror game by them? How's that supposed to work?
Against all odds, Alien Isolation didn't just succeed, it delivered on all fronts. The game nailed the atmosphere, tension, and sheer terror of Ridley Scott's original Alien. It was exactly what fans had been waiting for. If you ignore reviews from IGN and GameSpot, which we don't talk about, the game is almost universally praised today. But where does the story begin for me?
I first played Alien Isolation after getting it as a Christmas gift from my mom in 2015. It was only my second PS4 game after the Nathan Drake collection, since I had just gotten the console a month before.
It fascinated me, but also stressed me out like no other game before. In fact, the stress alone kept me from beating it for a year and a half, until I finally powered through. I haven't played it since.
So now, after all this time, I'm equally excited and anxious to come back to it. Is Alien Isolation still as terrifying on my second playthrough? I'm about to find out the hard way.
Gfrom, the gamer, the legend, he's come to show you the way in this world of games. Gfrom Reviews.
Before diving into the story, let's cover the difficulty options, because there are plenty of ways to suffer. If you just want to enjoy the story without too much stress, Novice mode makes survival pretty doable. I played on medium, and even that mode didn't skimp on intensity.
The xenomorph is unpredictable, resources are limited, and enemies can put you down quickly.
For those looking for an even greater challenge, hard mode is how the developers intended the game to be played.
Less ammo, a smarter alien, and constant tension.
Then there's the infamous Nightmare mode, which I haven't dared to try.
No HUD, an unreliable motion tracker, and a xenomorph with even sharper senses? Sadism. No thanks. Maybe someday, but not today.
Thankfully, you can switch difficulties mid-game if things get too overwhelming. Alien Isolation is set 15 years after the events of Ridley Scott's Alien, the OG. Ellen Ripley has been missing ever since the Nostromo vanished, leaving her daughter Amanda without answers. That changes when Weyland-Yutani employee Samuels approaches her with a revelation. The Nostromo's flight recorder has been found. The black box holds the potential to finally reveal what happened to her mother. But there's a catch. It's been taken to Sevastopol station, a remote supply depot. Samuels offers Amanda a chance to join him and a small crew to retrieve it. The idea of stepping into Amanda's shoes, driven by the need to uncover the truth about her mom, is a compelling hook. Unlike Ellen, Amanda isn't a trained officer. She's an engineer thrown into a nightmare she never could have prepared for.
It's a fresh perspective, and honestly, I'm all for it.
The game opens aboard the Torrens, en route to Sevastopol station. Ripley wakes up from hypersleep, and from the outset it's clear. This is Alien. The lighting, the corridors, the retro-futuristic technology, it all looks and feels exactly like the 1979 film, and I'm geeking out already. After signing in, our first objective is to get dressed.
But what if I don't want to?
The game isn't giving me the option to run around in my underwear. Bummer. First you ruin my beauty sleep, then you pull me out of bed, and now you're making me put on clothes like a real adult. After a refreshing shower, we get dressed. Nice shoes. Gotta look fancy on this mission. While exploring, we notice compartments with green lights. Sometimes you can find supplies inside them. But here's the kicker. Item pickups are mostly randomized. This is what speedrunners call good old-fashioned RNG. Just because there's a charge pack here now doesn't mean it will be there next time. As I keep exploring, a familiar beeping noise catches my attention. That's the sound of a nearby save station. Alien Isolation uses manual save points, much like Alien Resurrection on PlayStation. You can't just rely on autosaves. If you don't save, you're risking it all.
Remind me to talk more about that later.
In the menu we can access a map, a useful tool that marks save stations, objectives and other important locations. Then it's time to chat with Taylor from the legal team. Throughout this game we'll come across plenty of terminals containing emails, reports and other bits of lore for extra content. There's even a radio.
It's called a ghetto blaster.
Next we speak with Samuels, and after that we're all ordered to go to the bridge for a briefing. When we get there, everyone's just standing around awkwardly. What's going on? Wait a minute, where's Samuels? Oh, he's still lurking back there. Hey buddy, you're supposed to go to the bridge.
Don't stand there like a goddamn robot.
What a great start. My first bug in a game I don't even remember being glitchy. Reloading fixes it, and this time Samuels actually moves his NPC ass. Interestingly, the dialogue is slightly different depending on if you talk to Samuels or Taylor first. A nice little detail. Anyway, at the bridge we get our briefing, and collecting the document officially ends the first mission. Not much happens here, but it introduces us to the cast, the controls and a few key gameplay mechanics. Now onto the real problem. Sevastopol station isn't looking pretty. The dry dock bay is damaged and the comms are dead. As the team attempts to board, things go from bad to worse in an instant. Timing's not on their side, and now Ripley is all alone. Amanda wakes up aboard the Sevastopol station and pulls off her spacesuit. Immediately, the gloom sets in. It's dark, it's quiet, and it's lonely as a chestburster without a chest. Something about this place just feels wrong. Yep, exactly what I was thinking. Guess we're crawling through a vent now. Just the idea of squeezing into these tight spaces already has me on edge. But thankfully, nothing happens. Yet. Well, that must have hurt. Ooh, a flare. Sure helps to light up the surroundings, but not for long. Someone new? New about what? This place is giving me sketchy vibes already. We also get to climb ladders in this game, and I have to say I love that we actually see her arms while she's doing it. It's not like in Half-Life where you just float up like some kind of alien. On closer examination, we find a terminal that updates our map.
Doesn't anything here work?
Apparently not. To fix this mess, we pull a lever 3 times because once just wouldn't be enough and smash a button. This wakes up a terminal which does all kinds of helpful crap. First, it gives us a code for a locked door. Second, it contains an audio recording. I like that these logs keep playing even after closing the menu. Most importantly, we use it to restore power. Absolute power. Feel the energy flow through you! Okay, I'll calm down, I swear. While searching the area, I spot some figures in the distance. Other people! Finally someone to talk to! But before I can say anything, they vanish. Rude.
Like, at least send a text or something before you ghost.
The keypad code we found earlier unlocks a room with some supplies and a blueprint for medkits. We'll be finding a lot of these throughout the game. Crafting medkits is an art because you have to manually commit components before crafting it. And since the game doesn't pause while crafting, I imagine this could get very stressful later on. Entering the main lobby, we notice the torrents outside. And an arcade with an air hockey table?
Air hockey!
Too bad there's no one to play with. Guess Sevastopol's social scene isn't what it used to be. Occasionally we'll find recorders scattered around, adding backstory to the world. Here's a hatch that leads us to a different room.
This whole damn place is falling apart.
Sometimes you can't get through doors unless you have the right equipment, in this case a maintenance jack. We also stumble on a locker that we can hold to hide in. Okay? This reminds me of the Aliens Colonial Marines DLC, Stasis Interrupted. Right now there's no reason to use it, but just the fact that this game's already teaching us how to hide is unsettling.
Why would I need to do that?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's a dead guy on the floor. Stone cold, 0 heartbeats per minute, decaying before our eyes. You get it. But hey, he's got something we want. The maintenance jack. After a slight detour, we pry it from his cold, dead hands. This handy tool lets us remove security braces from doors, but it takes time and a few manual inputs. I can already tell this is going to be nerve-wracking in a tense situation.
Stay still.
Who the hell is that?
Something's on this station. Something you wouldn't believe.
After some initial tension, our new friend Axel decides to help us find my crew. In return, Amanda guarantees him a spot on her ship.
I like his accent. Scots? Irish? I don't know, mate.
Let's go, sweetheart. Seegson Comms is in the Systex Spire. It's quite a distance, but we can get to transit through the freight area.
We run into 2 more survivors, but they can't be bothered with helping us. Fine, whatever. Instead, Axel and Amanda take a different elevator down where he starts rambling about a monster. Yeah, sure, a monster.
I'm sure he's just overreacting.
So far we've had our peace and serenity for the most part, but this is where we encounter our first hostile humans. They're armed, which means I'm not going anywhere near them. Axel is coming uncomfortably close. Could you please move, sir? I need my personal space. Plus, you're sweaty. We follow Axel through a vent where we find his personal quarters and grab a flashlight. Finally. It runs on batteries, so we need to use it sparingly. Speaking of stealth, the cover system is fantastic. Holding L1 and tilting the left stick lets us lean in and out of cover. The further we push the stick, the more we peek.
It's a simple but brilliant mechanic that feels really natural.
Our next objective? Distract the looters. We shut off a generator and crawl into a vent, allowing us to slip past while they investigate. Sneaky. To progress, Amanda and Axel need to press buttons in separate rooms at the same time. Simple enough, but suddenly...
Axel, behind you.
No, not Axel! We need his gritty charm if we hope to survive. We rush to his aid, finally putting our new maintenance jack to use. Oh crap, he killed him!
This is about survival.
Axel?
What have I got on me?
No, not Axel! Ah, he got killed off way too early. He reminded me of some of the cast from the 3rd film. So yeah, I guess that monster he was talking about was real.
I'm not going to pretend I don't know it's a xenomorph.
From here we make our way to the transit station, call for a tram and wait. And wait. And wait. Bloody hell. I'm not sure if the alien can appear here, but in my case, nothing happened, which made this sequence kind of dull. Finally, the tram arrives and we board it to Lawrence Systex Spire, ending the mission. Overall, I enjoyed this section. While we're mostly alone and don't face direct threats yet, the atmosphere is constantly making me feel like terror could strike at any moment. A fantastic introduction to Sevastopol Station.
What the hell happened here?
Time to wrap our heads around one of Alien Isolation's sneakiest mechanics, the rewire system. These allow us to toggle different station systems on and off, a handy way to create distractions like a prankster. But there's a catch. They have limited power, so we have to choose wisely. In this case we shut down an unstable system and redirect power to the speaker system. Then we glimpse someone.
Stay back!
A woman.
She immediately pulls a gun on us. No hesitation, no "Hey, who are you?" Just straight bang bang mode. Feeling kinda disrespected, we quickly back off and return later, only to find that she's gone. Guess she had better things to do. Her rudeness has no bounds. While exploring, we grab an ID tag, one of the many collectibles scattered throughout Sevastopol. Fun fact, the ones I found on my first playthrough carry over, so there aren't as many left to pick up.
It's like saving your progress from a past life.
More importantly, we come across a broken access tuner. Looks like we'll need a data cell to repair it. Oh great, now we've got 3 armed people hunting us. The rudeness of this place must be infectious. What's our best move? Before I can figure that out... Damn it, first death. Even worse, I saved at the beginning of the level, which means I have to replay everything up to this point. Fine. This time I play it smarter. Or so I think. One enemy down, but another sees me. Should I run? Should I fight? I panicked and took him out. Moving on. The visuals are amazing. Looking through Sevastopol's windows, seeing the vastness of space outside never gets old. Never stops being chilling. This is how you make a game feel immersive.
I think she went downstairs. Come on.
Maybe they'll regret that decision, because guess what I just found? A revolver. It only has an unlucky 13 bullets, but at least I now feel slightly less helpless. Nearby, I also pick up a keycard which unlocks a door just ahead.
Oh god.
Oh god, indeed. This guy definitely had a bad day. Doesn't matter, we grab a flashbang blueprint. Flashbangs make a blinding light that stuns enemies for a few seconds.
I'm flat out admitting that I never used it even once on this playthrough, like the item hoarder I am. Sorry to all you flashbangers out there.
Oh god. The flight recorder.
Finally, the Nostromo's black box. Time to get some ants.
What? No! God damn it!
Yeah, I feel you. All this trouble in vain. Before I can process my disappointment, an alarm blares to life, nearly deafening me, with no German firefighter in sight. I frantically mash buttons, but nothing seems to work. What am I even supposed to do here? Then through the blaring sirens, I spotted the data cell. Now we can repair the access tuner to get out of here. First though, we need to hack our way through. The process is simple. Use the left analog stick to find the correct signal and then select the 3 symbols that match the ones at the top. Oh, and of course there's a time limit. It's not too stressful. Yet. I hate alarms, so I shut down the security lockdown ASAP. Oh boy, it's happening. My stomach knots.
It was a nice life.
This is where the game truly begins. From this point on, stealth is no longer just a strategy, it's survival. The xenomorph is on board. It hears everything. It will hunt us. If we make a mistake, we die.
I promise, I'm not being a scared little rabbit.
This is why from now on I'm sneaking everywhere, even when it might not be necessary. Better safe than dead. And of course I save at every station I find. As we move through the station, we overhear terrified survivors. The alien is already working its way through them. Part of me wants to feel bad, but honestly, their panic buys me time to get the hell out of here. Then a horrific thought hits me. What if it comes through the vent?
Can that happen? Am I safe? Or am I about to be dragged into the darkness? I have so many questions.
Thankfully, I never ran into danger. Maybe I got lucky. Maybe it just wasn't time yet. Either way, we make our way to an elevator leading to Seegson Communications. I liked this mission too. There weren't too many enemies and I love that stealth is such a core element. You don't have to kill anyone. Just the presence of the alien is enough to inspire paranoia.
I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Or am I?
Amanda starts the mission by talking with an android, a working Joe. And when I say talk, I really mean get completely ignored. Since the working Joe is about as helpful as a brick wall, we take matters into our own hands. Using a rewire system, we shut down air purification and the camera feed to unlock a door. These things are the worst. Their cold, expressionless faces, their glowing white eyes, they just stare straight through you like they're peering into your soul. Unsettling doesn't even begin to capture it.
Your registration is almost complete.
Here we find the motion tracker, the single most useful tool in the entire game, the ace of all items. It works just like in Colonial Marines, we have to bring it up manually.
This time, however, there's a spooky twist.
When we pull up the tracker, everything else blurs out. We can shift our focus back to the background, but then the motion tracker itself becomes unreadable. Translation, we can either track movement or see what's right in front of us, but not both. Pick your poison.
Is there a problem?
Jesus, don't do that! These things creep me out. The next blueprint we find is for the noisemaker, a nice distraction tool. Or at least it would be if I had actually used it.
Yeah, I never threw a single noisemaker in this entire playthrough. Sorry to all you noisemakers out there.
You are entering a restricted area. Please leave.
Yeah, I get it.
Quickly, Amanda. You have now been logged with Apollo. Welcome to Sevastopol.
Taking a detour. Another hacking minigame pops up. This one's simple. Press X at the right moment. And then I witness it. A working Joe straight up murdering a guy right in front of me. I saw that coming.
So yeah, note to self, don't mess with working Joes.
Creeping through the next area, we notice a security camera. Easy to handle, just need to turn off the feed.
Follow me.
Ah shit, I didn't see the android. Please don't hurt me. Run, Ripley, run! The elevator takes forever and it's right behind me. Close the door. Close the door! No! Farewell, cruel world. Well, that could have gone better. My reaction wasn't perfect, but it's hard to take down working Joes. Unfortunately, I have to repeat a bunch of stuff, including watching this scene again. Are you serious? God damn it. Alright, third time's the charm. This time we ditch the android, slip into the elevator and move on. We tried to tap the external comm links, but of course it doesn't work. This next area I remember all too well. The view outside is gorgeous, but we don't have time to admire it with goo-goo eyes. The androids have a set parole route, meaning if we time our movements right, we can sneak past them without much trouble. Or I could be an idiot and walk right into one. That's a choice. Another blueprint, the EMP. That one I'll actually use, but much later. Next up is a new series of hacking minigames. First, just move the V so that the numbers line up with the ones at the bottom. Then press X when the white numbers or letters fall within the two lines. Lastly, do a button prompt when the text pops up. Successful hacking allows Amanda to contact Samuels. Turns out he's at a transit station near medical and Taylor's in bad shape. Looks like our next stop is SciMed Tower. Then sirens blare and the working Joes are out for blood. I was confident I'd make it out of here just fine, but yet again, one of them found me. 3 of them just are too many. The second time around, one of them followed me into the elevator. Nope. Nope! I panicked and pulled out my revolver, dropping him just in time. I didn't want to waste ammo, but oh well. There's another one. Be extra careful to avoid detection.
What the fuck? My heart's about to stop.
The xenomorph is lurking in the ceiling vents. I was not expecting that. To be fair, I didn't even check for drool dripping down, but still, Jesus Christ. Now I have to worry about this too? At least upon reloading I got my bullets back, didn't get detected by androids and actually checked the vents. Thank you, dear alien. See, there it is again. What do I do? Just wait and watch? Would you look at that? It's gone. For now.
This is Captain Dallas, logging an initial report from the return leg of our Thetis voyage.
Ooh, more lore.
I love all the extra details this game throws in.
We push forward towards the transit station. Oh, hell no! The piece of shit android lunges from the floor and tries to drag us down. Pound that button like your life depends on it and finally put the bastard down.
That was not okay.
As the transit door opens, we get inside, take a deep breath and watch as the doors close behind us. This mission was intense. The xenomorph only showed up for a second, but the working Joes are just as terrifying, if not worse. Something about their cold robotic demeanor makes them feel even creepier than the alien. At least the Xeno wants to kill me. The working Joes? They act like they're just following protocol, which somehow makes them even worse. Will they show up again? You might not like the answer. At last, some friendly faces. We reunite with Samuels and the badly wounded Taylor, and being the good Samaritan that we are, we set out to find medical help. Who's talking? A mysterious voice beckons through the intercom, opening an elevator for us and guiding us towards him.
I'm Coolman.
Ripley, I need to find a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Perfect, just what I need. Someone who actually knows what they're doing.
I need your help and you need mine. You find the passcode for the service elevator and then I'll come down to the hospital with you, okay?
Sounds like a plan, Dr. Coolman. But before I can get started, why can't I save? Please wait for what exactly?
The area you're in was for our more unstable patients. Those who had trouble adapting to deep space.
Just tell me where to go, Carl.
Tragic cases.
Well, that's reassuring. And according to these logs, Dr. Coolman was handling out mood stimulants like candy.
Should I really be trusting this guy?
Regardless, we find the passcode, but that's not enough. We need Dr. Morley's keycard. And that's when I hear it. The sound I've been dreading. A deep, inhuman thud. A hiss. The soft clank of claws meeting metal. The alien is officially on our space ass. From here on out, we're officially playing cat and mouse. Except I'm not the cat. I'm the panic-stricken rodent trying not to get eaten. This flips the script. We have to tiptoe through the hospital, staying out of sight and avoiding the xenomorph at all costs. That means our motion tracker is out at all times. You can't hear it in my footage, but the PS4 or PS5 controller is blaring beeps whenever the alien is near, which is basically always. The nasty thing practically lives in this area, lurking, waiting, hunting. Occasionally it'll disappear into a vent only to pop up somewhere else moments later. Even the save station warns us. Hostile nearby. I save anyway.
I like to live dangerously.
Thank goodness the beast doesn't react to audio logs. Our precious lore is safe. It's right behind me. I scramble under a bed and hold my breath. This isn't just stealth. This is a dance. I have to stay one step ahead at all times, circling around objects, keeping out of its line of sight and praying that it loses interest. There's a list of Dr. Morley's patients and their rooms. To get the keycard we have to search 3 different rooms.
Oh, fantastic. Just what I wanted to do while an over 2 meters tall nightmare prowls the hallways.
This area is pretty much a large circle with small rooms. Along the way we pick up a blueprint for pipe bombs. Good to have a pocket full of chaos, just in case. Hello there, Dr. Morley. Or what's left of him. Give me your keycard. All that's left is getting to Cool Man, which, of course, feels like it's miles away. Thankfully, vent crawling makes the journey manageable, and by some miracle, I made it back without a scratch.
Damn you, Coleman! You knew that thing was here!
I'll collect my things and we can leave.
Oh God, indeed.
So much for that plan.
We take the elevator to the San Cristobal medical facility, my heart still thumping. This was the first real hide-and-seek match with the alien, and let me tell you, it was anxiety-inducing. But in a sick, twisted way, I actually got a huge kick out of it. There's something so fulfilling about making it out alive. How long until my luck runs out? Right at the start of the next mission, we pick up the stun baton, another melee weapon, which might actually give us a fighting chance. Might. Our first task? Fixing a cooling system error. Easy does it. Just grab a cooling vent, engage the coolants and... Oh. Oh no. A certain someone just heard all that noise and now they're on their way. I'm so screwed. Yep. Good night. Second attempt. I get the hell out of there without a fuss, but I know the alien is still stalking me. While sneaking through the station, we discover a video by Dr. Lingard.
I had no way of knowing what would happen.
I mean, I believe you, Doc, but considering the nightmare fuel running through this place, maybe you should have done some more research.
Fuck!
Jesus!
Amanda, please, scream a little louder so that the alien can hear you from across the station.
Despite being in full stealth mode, we managed to grab the blueprint for the Molotov. Now we're talking. If things get really dicey, I can at least set something on fire. Pyrotherapy. We continue our search, using a code from a terminal to unlock a case containing a keycard. It opens a door, leading me straight to the meds for Taylor. Yeah, she definitely doesn't need them anymore. Shit, did it see me? No? Okay, moving on. I shouldn't feel safe in the vents, but for some reason, I do. My happy place. Haven't been attacked in them yet. It's the complete opposite of Alien Resurrection on PlayStation, where the vents were basically death traps. Then comes the power plant section. We need to start 2 power generators. Every time I hear machinery start off, I brace myself, expecting the xenomorph to come charging into the room. And would you look at that? Nice try, game. I'm not falling for that again.
Ripley, are you okay? Ripley?
Not now.
Yeah, shut up, Samuels. We just woke up a working Joe. Now we have 2 enemies at the same time, alien and android. Sounds like a bad sitcom, but trust me, you won't like the punchline. To make matters worse, we need to hack a computer while a working Joe casually paces the room. Oh, and an alarm starts blaring while I'm doing it. Because of course it does. Hooray for vents. The flashing emergency lights are freaking me out. Shit. No choice. Locker time. Okay. Deep breaths. The alien shouldn't check here, right? I mean, Why would it pick this locker out of all the lockers in this room, right? Is it still around? No, no! This is my locker! Get your own!
Tonight, I'm gonna hide in a locker in space. You gotta go find a different place. Hide hidden, given, it's risky to wait. And I say hide hidden, given, I gave myself away. You drive me crazy, slay me, leave me behind. You drive me crazy, slay me, not very kind. 'Cause you're a mean bro, you silly Xeno. 'Cause you're a mean bro, you silly Xeno.
Oh, I have to do the entire power plant sequence again? Fantastic. It showed me the meaning of patience because I failed this part multiple times. Just when it seems like there's no escape, an explosion rocks the station, saving us at the last possible second. Escape! Or I could stick around and search for goodies. No rush, right? I didn't know what to do here at first until I realized, yes, just climb the ladder. What happened? Oh, I missed that I had to hit the X button to hold on. This isn't exactly as smooth as Mirror's Edge, but I get it. It's just that much more jarring. We barely make it, scramble into an elevator to freedom. This mission was just as nail-biting as the last one, if not worse. Every move feels like a gamble and I'm already mentally exhausted.
The scariest part? I know it's only going to get worse.
There's a piece missing. I need to fix that.
Oh great, more fixing. We're the space janitor today, because nothing ever goes wrong when I have to tinker with station equipment. I hear voices nearby, humans. I'll bet 3 flares that they aren't friendly. You know what? I don't feel like finding out. Cowardice it is. On the bright side, we find a smoke bomb upgrade. Seems like I missed the first blueprint in mission 3. Whoops.
There's something up the vent!
I'm so glad I'm not you. What is this place? Hope that sleeping android won't become a problem. Feels like the kind of setup where it looks dead, but the second I turn my back, it's going to grab my ankle and make me wet myself. This room is filled with gas. I'll probably backtrack here later. Something to look forward to. The access tuner gets a level 2 upgrade. Now it's 4 symbols instead of 3. Also manageable. Then we get our next brilliant objective. Activate the requisitions android.
Wait, what? Activate? Didn't we establish that androids are pure evil?
Reluctantly, we flip the switch, watching as the working Joe slowly powers on and comes to life.
Now play nice.
Yes, please. Surprisingly, it doesn't bother us.
How can I help you?
In fact, it just helps.
Follow me.
Okay, I'll allow it. Maybe this one is different. An unlikely friend, perhaps. Whoops! Holy crap, that is one stupid Joe. There goes my free labor. Guess it's up to me again to retrieve the compression cylinder without getting zapped. The puzzle is fairly straightforward. Back where the alien massacred all those people, we install the new cylinder, fixing the elevator so we can head down to the synthetic fluid plant. That sounds lovely, like a 90s house artist. As soon as we step in, we spot more humans. They didn't see us for some reason. Forgot their glasses. That means we have the element of surprise. Do I feel bad about sneak attacking them like a rogue? Probably.
Plot twist, I don't.
One more elevator ride later, we reach Symed Tower, where it looks like we're crashing a party. Samuels and Taylor have company, the marshal and some other guy.
Taylor needs attention.
Medical's a no-go. We can't take her there.
We have a basic life support unit back at HQ.
Then let's go.
After 2 extremely tense missions, this one actually lets us breathe a little. Sure, you never feel truly safe, but looking back, this was a romp compared to what came before it. I have a bad feeling it won't stay that way.
You protect them while I'm gone, understood?
Marshal Waits and the other guy Ricardo stay behind and protect our friends, which, as we all know by now, really means standing around while Amanda does all the work. Of course, why would I expect anything different? Our mission? Get the transit system working. Because of course it's broken. Early on we pick up an upgrade to the flashbang, which, let's be honest, I still won't use. Speaking of bang, something or someone is banging on the door nearby.
Someone shut everything off.
Inconsiderate of them. We press forward and hear an angry voice.
Calm down in there, you android fuck!
So there's a guy in here, and by pulling this lever, the working Joe gets released. Question is, do we let this play out naturally? Will they fight each other? You know what? I don't have the patience to find out because I'm taking care of the dude myself. Problem solved. Except, nope.
You shouldn't be here.
The red-eyed machine tracks us. We manage to lose it long enough to restore power, and our reward is a gas torch, which can't be used as a weapon. Fine. Instead it lets us cut through panels, which naturally makes a racket. The Xeno is going to love this. We barely escape at the last second, but this might be the first time I actually had to use a medkit. It restores half of our energy. Back at the transit station, the other loafers have already left.
We heard voices as we left. Watch yourself.
Thanks for waiting, guys. Really appreciate it. I can do this passive-aggressive thing forever.
As we call transit, a bunch of bad-tempered dudes show up. This is the first time humans have really given me trouble, mainly because I played like an absolute moron. Turns out you can't just sprint at armed survivors like a psychopath and try to whack them with the maintenance jack. Unlike the aliens and androids, these guys have guns. And guess what? Guns hurt. I know that comes as a surprise. The trick is to just hide in a locker until they get bored and leave. Stealth is the way. This mission was short and sweet. Compared to the constant xenomorph terror, this was a walk in the park. But it does make me wonder, where the hell is the alien? Amanda makes her way to the Colonial Marshal Bureau. Well, somebody's not a fan. For now, things seem relatively safe and we can actually let our guard down for a moment.
Look, I'm busy.
Leave me alone, I'm busy.
I've got Marlowe in the cells, the lowlife who showed up with your flight recorder.
We better have a chat with this guy. This opens a trip down memory lane where we're suddenly controlling Marlowe himself. He and 3 other astronauts are questing for a beacon on a mysterious planet. Instead of a motion tracker, we have a different kind of tracking device, a needle that points towards the objective. The only thing to do here is follow the path like it's a compass. While it's very linear, it's honestly refreshing after being trapped on that musty ship for so long. At one point, Marlowe has to find a route around a blockage.
Gonna need a lift.
This is giving me serious Naughty Dog vibes here.
Can't reach us. Come on over here, I'll give you a boost. Come on, boost you up. I'll boost you up there. I'll boost you up.
Give me a boost, buddy.
I'll boost you up. Give me a boost. I'll boost you up there. I can boost you up there. Boost you up?
I'll give you a boost up. Come on, China, I'll give you a boost. I'll boost you up. Hey, boost me up.
Come on.
Nothing happened, guys. Just a little trip. Eventually we plant a bomb and blow up some rocks. No regrets, no hard feelings. Ooh yeah, this is epic. What a sight. The legendary derelict ship from Alien looming over us in all its dreadful glory. This is the stuff of sci-fi dreams. And then the game loads. Huh, weird place for a loading screen, but okay. Once inside, we slowly make our way through the derelict. And I do mean slowly. This is easily one of the most snail-paced sections in the game. But hey, it's a treat for the eyes, so I'll allow it. Then we find something every Alien fan will immediately recognize. Marlowe disables the beacon, but before I can celebrate, I run into a snag. The objective says return to the winch. The winch?
What's a winch?
See, English is actually my third language and I had zero idea what this word meant. So I wander back and forth like an absolute fool with no tools for way too long. Eventually I realize, oh, that's a winch. We learn something useless every day. Oh look, eggs. A lot of them. You already know the rest. I brace myself for the inevitable facehugger moment, and sure enough, game over for Marlowe's crew. While I applaud the change of pace, the pace itself is, well, agonizing. Visually, incredible. Gameplay-wise, kind of a snooze fest. Still, I love that we got to explore the derelict firsthand. Now, back to horrible space survival. After the flashback, Marshal Waits defies all expectations. He hands us a freaking flamethrower. I feel 10% safer. Not 100%, not even 50%, just 10%. But hey, I'll take it.
I've got a plan to trap it.
Ooh, a plan? I hope you know what you're doing, Marshal, because this is a slippery rascal.
Ricardo's moving in ahead of you.
So as usual, everyone else gets a head start like a squad of eager beavers. We take the transit back to Lawrence's tech spire where new areas have opened. And then we hear voices again. Friends or foes?
The creature's here.
Cue everyone in the room immediately fleeing for their lives. At least not everyone's trying to kill me. We hack a terminal to unlock some cells, then head to the stairwell to initiate a lockdown.
Maintenance access shut off.
This is where our beloved space monster shows its pretty face.
Be prepared for one of the most exhausting experiences in your gaming career.
We press on to another lockdown switch, but a doomy mood is setting in. It's so dark here and the glowing red android eyes in the distance are not helping. Yeah, good question, buddy. You know what's really fun? The alien doesn't care for working Joes. At all. They just coexist like creepy roommates. Who pays for the rent? This is stress on a whole new level.
Ripley, there's an override command that allows you to initiate the emergency lockdown.
Sure, but when does it end? I need a code for an audio log. Oh, it's right there. Pointless. Ripley seals off the server hub reception and moves on to lock down the server farm. Along the way we find an upgrade for the noisemaker, which again gets no action. After locking down this area too, I found myself in an awkward situation.
Is my exit open, Ricardo?
Wait a minute.
Ricardo, is my exit clear?
Jesus, it's shut. Do not move.
Ain't that a bitch? This escape sequence broke me. Dealing with both the alien and Joes at the same time was overwhelming and there's no save station nearby. So when I failed, I had to repeat this whole part.
Ricardo, you got news for me?
I need more time.
I don't have more time.
Eventually, Ricardo gets the exit working just in time for us to meet some more hostile survivors. Don't fire your gun, you meathead! You're gonna get us both killed. I have nowhere to go. I could use the flamethrower or something else, but I don't want to waste anything I might need later. Second attempt. This time I pray the guy won't see me. Okay, he saw me. God hates me. But this time I'm in a better position. I waited it out, snuck past them and finally took an elevator to Gemini Exoplanet Solutions.
I'm already an hour into this chapter and it's far from over.
We need that whole facility powered up.
Sure, why not? More running around, more imminent death. Hey, who are you?
We're gonna die here. You know that, right?
Way to be optimistic. Time to kill more camera feeds. This android doesn't seem to care about me. Nice, an upgrade for the cutting torch. This grants us access to new areas. Which would be great, except... oh boy, I'm so screwed. I'm trapped. On my right, a working Joe. On my left, the xenomorph. Ooh, my stomach.
Ugh, that'll leave a scar.
On my second attempt, the alien never even showed up for some reason. Is it my lucky day? Holy shit, it dropped right in front of me. How did it not see me? I think it actually is my lucky day. Later we reset the breaker. I start getting a little annoyed at how much backtracking I'm slogging through. I don't want to know how many times I passed this save station. Time to initialize the distribution conduit. But of course, it's missing energy. I bet this one will grab my leg.
Where are you going?
I was right. Service request? So it's not hostile?
Exit Sevastopol.
Apparently not. Joe turns on the power so that we can stabilize the energy flow. This activates a lift where we want to go. A red room. That's never a good sign. But surprisingly, we just mosey right up to an elevator and head to Project KG-348. Wait, the mission still isn't over?
Now I'm 90 minutes in.
At least we get a spectacular view accompanied by music from the first movie. Nerd mode engaged. We gotta restore power to the lab and wander through a maze of vents before finally finding the switch. We're just a lab rat.
That's it. I can see a power spike.
That's nice. But now it's time to get the F out. As expected, all our noise attracts unwanted company. There's the exit. Freedom!
No! No! Don't fucking do this to me!
Excuse me, what? Marshall, you absolute bastard.
I'm sorry, Ripley.
After everything we just went through, this jackass locks us inside with the alien. What a dick move.
There's only one way out. A tried and true method. Pressurize the airlock. Hurry! Ah, damn. All that again. This time I hunkered down in the vents for a minute, waited for my opportunity and somehow managed to escape. Amanda jumps into a spacesuit, gets blasted into open space and miraculously survives. Wow. Just wow. Mission 10 took me nearly 2 hours to beat. It's the longest and most grueling mission by far. While I liked most of it, the pacing was rough. The constant backtracking combined with no save stations in key areas made some parts drag. Honestly, the mission should have been split or shortened.
At least the alien is gone. Right?
Ripley steps out of the spacesuit and yeah, there's no alien to worry about. No Xeno supervision. What a relief.
Ripley, is that you?
Yes, wait! Me, you son of a bitch!
Man, she's pissed. Rightfully so. What do we have here? Something to take the edge off. A goddamn shotgun. This just keeps getting better. We also loot a corpse for a key card and use it right away. The door opens and... Ah, you son of a Joe. For a second I almost lost my cool, but then I remembered. What am I afraid of? I have a shotgun. Bam, bitch. Just because the Xeno is gone doesn't mean we're out of the space woods. An elevator takes us to Solomon's Galleria where we run into some bad bros. This was confusing. They would shoot at me but I found no other way out. It wasn't until I stumbled upon this little machine that I made progress. You're my new best friend now. Can I keep it? Here's an EMP upgrade. Cool. Man, look at all these items I never use.
Something's up with the androids.
Something's been up with the damn androids since I got here.
No, this is new. They've left their posts. I just saw some of them in a public area. That's not normal.
Whoopity fucking do. Androids acting weird?
You don't say.
Nice, a bar. Can I get a drink? Maybe a cold, delicious Altbier from Düsseldorf?
Why am I talking to myself? Oh, right. Stress.
The next section is brutal. If we want to sneak past all these working Joes without weapons or items, we need perfect timing. Ninja timing. Which, spoiler alert, I have in short supply. As we've established, I'm more of a hops and malts kind of guy. Thankfully, they can't enter vents. But no matter what I did, someone always saw me. Running helps for a second. Problem? I have no idea where the exit is. Worse, we have 3 measly shotgun shells. Hey, where are you going? Don't you want to team up? No? Cool, just leave me here then.
It's like they're hunting.
Oh, you think? Must get past this one. Whoa, where did he come from? Man, I'm almost out of bullets. Meanwhile, this one person is acting really weird. I'm not doing you any harm, yet you're eyeing me like I kicked your dog. Whatever.
You bastards, you murdering bastards, leave him alone! Stand down! You bastards!
Wait! this.
Why does everything always turn to shit?
Jesus Christ, enough already! By the time we make it back to the bureau, it's too late. Everyone except Ricardo is dead. Taylor, Marlowe and Samuels are still unaccounted for, so there's a glimmer of hope. For now, our new objective is finding Samuels. On our way to Symed Tower, the androids are up to their tricks. I keep getting cornered, doubling back, running in circles. By the time the transit finally arrived, I had soup for brains. This was way rougher than it needed to be. Maybe my strategy was off. Maybe I made some bad calls. All I know is, even without the xenomorph, this game still gives me goosebumps. Mission 12 starts with a relaxing stroll to an elevator, which is already suspicious. The Working Joe army has clearly been through here and nothing about this looks safe. I steel myself, expecting something horrible. Oh, it actually worked. Alright, guess we're climbing up the elevator shaft now. We carefully step across another ladder. Oh, I knew it!
Never trust ladders.
Props to Amanda's forearm strength though. She's holding on like a champ and dare I say it, she's indeed strong enough. Bro, is this another impolite leg grabber? I can't smash its head.
I've been looking for you.
Are you for real? So predictable.
Jävla plåtburk! That's Swedish for fucking tin can. Subscribe for more Swedish lessons.
This place is not exactly cozy, more like a graveyard of broken androids. Too bad I can't break them even more. To get through an electrified door, we have to turn off 4 generators. For once, I'm forced to use my flashlight because this area is so damn dark. And then, because this game conspires against me, a Working Joe wakes up. Somehow we survive and crawl through a vent, only to watch Samuels annihilate an android with his bare hands. Is there something you'd like to share with the class, Samuels? I was wondering when this part would come. The showroom. Rows of lifeless androids standing in formation. I'm getting serious Kraftwerk vibes. Can I just EMP them all? Nope, what a waste. After lifting lockdown, one of them starts to move. EMP time. It actually works and we manage to escape. For now. Then we divert the gas and look for yourself. This is completely fucked. Another EMP blast clears the way, but yikes, that noise is gonna make me throw up. At least we get a Molotov upgrade. One of the charred Joes drops a key card, which we use shortly after. An elevator takes us to Android orientation. Here we do some platforming for a change. Watch out for the air vents. Then after all this madness, we finally locate Samuels.
I'm going to have to do something rather drastic if I hope to connect with Apollo.
Like what exactly?
I'm going to use the reformat chamber. It's the only option. I've had to divert power from the area to allow me to try.
Samuels, that's too dangerous.
Yeah, no kidding. But he's beyond help.
Ripley, Apollo's rejecting me. We might be in trouble. Amanda, you need to manually disconnect the systems. Please, you need to do it in the correct order. Remove the red cable first.
Oh, lovely. A timed puzzle. Alright, red cable first. Got it.
Look for a blue cable.
Okay, there's blue.
I need the next one, Samuels!
Oh no. What now?
The emergency lights have come on! I can't make out the colors of the cables! You're gonna have to guide me to them!
There was an upturned gurney nearby.
An upturned what? I don't even know what that is.
I swear, gurney was never in any English lesson I ever had. It sounds like a goose or something. Pausing the game to Google it is not an option.
Is it this one?
Got it, Samuels!
Just the last one now, Ripley.
Apparently not. Next try. This time it's easier because I know which one it isn't. We made it, but Samuels doesn't look too good.
You're dying.
The Apollo transit is open. Once you get into the core, it will talk to you.
You did that for me?
I wanted Amanda Ripley to have closure.
Rest in peace, my fellow android. No time for sorrow. Next stop, transit to Apollo core. It's a tiresome journey. Seriously. We just walk. And walk. And that's it? Well, that was anticlimactic. Another memorable chapter thanks to the showroom sequence and the Samuels moment. But honestly, I'm getting just a teeny tiny bit tired of androids. Let's hope the next chapter spices things up a bit. What have we here? A metal detector?
You've got to be shitting me.
Yep, we have to ditch our weapons for now. I haven't used them much, but just knowing they were an option gave me some comfort. At least we still have our other items, so not all hope is lost. But then, somehow, I completely missed a giant honking clue on the table. So naturally, I wandered around aimlessly for way too long, questioning all of my life choices. First we need to power down the conduit and then shut off the turbine ventilation. Fairly standard industrial stuff. Next we have to access the conduit through the turbine shaft, which is not claustrophobic at all.
There's gonna be lots of Joes down there, Rip. Could be dangerous.
Can't wait. Just as Ricardo warned, this place is crawling with robots. At least we find a gas mask which allows us to pass through a gas-filled room. Amanda puts on the mask automatically because manually equipping items is for lesser survival horror games. Then we enter the server room. This place will haunt my dreams forever. The androids here are way harder to kill. EMP mines? Useless. Pipe bombs? Work, but use them with caution. Lockers? 100% safe.
'Cause you're a mean Joe. Mean Joe.
The part that screwed with me the most was right here. Two relentless Joes patrolling the room while we're desperately trying to activate terminals. I was forced to keep running away, barely scrapping by like I was playing a game of tag with death itself. This might have been the most difficult part so far. So when I finally won, the sense of relief was unreal. After all that, we step into Apollo's core. Hacking isn't possible yet. First we have to hit 3 buttons scattered across the area, and then Ripley learns the truth about Weyland-Yutani's real priorities.
Bitches.
No surprise for Alien fans, but she had to find out the hard way. With that revelation sinking in, we move towards engineering. This was certainly one of the hardest missions so far for me. The androids are getting more annoying and my weapons are gone. I think I'm ready to move on from Joe's. After everything that's happened, what's the next logical step? Investigate the central reactor. What could possibly go wrong? We'd better power up the tram system and make it past all the security cameras. For the first time, one of them actually caught me, which immediately alerts you guess who. At least we find a cutting torch upgrade. Small victories. This section is tricky if you're trying to avoid killing androids, but we press on, activate 3 transmitters and power up a generator to move a car, which takes a while. Oh no, one of the strong ones. I brace myself for a tough fight, but I just found a bolt gun. Let's test it out. Oh, yeah, lesson learned. This thing needs a second. Let's try this again. Say cheese! That's satisfying. Shortly after, we find both a revolver and shotgun just casually lying next to a ladder. You're mine now. We finally reached it. The reactor. And damn does this thing look incredible. The scale, the lighting, the sheer presence of it. It's humbling and menacing. Because nothing is ever easy, the area is crawling with heavy-duty working Joes. I only have 4 bolt gun shots and each kill attracts more, like ants. Thankfully these things move like tanks, so I lure them into my line of fire, picking them off one by one. Now I'm all out of bolts. An elevator takes us to the central reactor maintenance, and this is where things get supremely fucked.
Oh no. God, no.
Oh, this is an alien nest.
When the hell did this happen?
Just what we needed. At least we just found another flamethrower, which is very convenient right now. So we're fully equipped again. Oh god, it's a facehugger! Burn, motherfucker! Gross! I can hear another one skittering around. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, son of a bitch!
I've played a few Alien games over the years, so let's recap how facehuggers worked in those.
Trilogy? They just nibble on our health. Colonial Marines? Button mash and yeet it away. Resurrection? Use a portable dock unit to remove the embryo, if you have one. Alien Isolation? No mercy. Instant death. You fail once?
Game over, man! Game over!
I can't see where it is. Shit! We sprint to a save station. I don't want to wait. I want to save. Hurry! I'm not about to end up glued to a wall. Thank you. What we do down here is enable the conduit interface, disengage the locking mechanism, and then start up the alpha conduit. We hear a telltale sound and... Oh lord, there it is. After 3 Xenomorph-free chapters, the horror is back. In this setting, it's even scarier, especially when the little ones join the fun. There's no choice but to hide in a locker. Is it gone? For the first time ever, the alien lets me have my locker time in peace.
Like I said, small victories.
Even dirty, smelly lockers are worth celebrating. Look, the water drops are floating mid-air. A rare graphical hiccup. The layout is a maze with tight crawl spaces that force us into even more tense situations. So we restore power, overload the beta core, trip the locking mechanism again and activate the beta conduit. Of course, it's loud.
Fuck. We gotta get out of here.
Couldn't Seegson build quiet machines? Phew, this time I got the little rascal. The sounds are horrifying and the motion tracker is going apeshit. There's the elevator. No! Where did that bastard come from? Next try. Oh, it dropped down right beside me. We finally escaped, but we're back in the reactor core where we're greeted by more strong Joes, and they're holding their ground. I tried running past them. Bad idea. Had to resort to the shotgun, which is nowhere near as effective as the bolt gun. I burned way too much ammo, but whatever, I survived. We overload the alpha core and deactivate the core limiter alpha and the protective relay alpha. How many times can I say alpha before it gets old? Repeat for beta core. I have no idea what any of these technical terms mean. All I know is, I do not feel safe. Even more androids? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Thanks, Flame God. At the end we initialized the emergency purge sequence. Another minigame. What do I do? Don't know, don't care. Do you see what I see? That's more than one Xeno. Hasn't this day been stressful enough?
We've officially made it worse.
I need you to get to medical, now. The reactor purge, it's resetting systems across Sevastopol. Lights, transit, maybe even communications. I think this is our big chance. Just go, now!
There's still hope, I see. Ripley does as she's told, boarding the transit to Cymet Tower. This is without a doubt my favorite chapter in the entire game. The tension is through the roof and the setting captures every Alien fan's dream. The reactor is a breathtaking set piece as well. Absolutely horror. A superb, if nightmarish, experience.
Plan B, Rip.
Plan A was a disaster, so sure, why not? Let's see what B has to offer.
Before I left, the system showed a ship approaching Sevastopol. I think it's the Isidora.
We've gotta get to it.
Back in medical, it's eerily quiet. Feels like ages ago I died on this very ladder. Kinda makes me nostalgic, but I can tell we're not alone. God damn it! Hello, flashbang upgrade. We tried to hack a door, but...
Damn, my access tuner isn't powerful enough.
Have you tried pulling a crate?
I feel stronger now.
Time to find an upgrade. We barely make it 2 steps before the alien shows up. Didn't take long to find the upgrade, bringing the symbol count to 5. Still manageable. Amanda launches the ambulance shuttle. That means goodbye Sevastopol and hello Anisidora. Lost contact with Ricardo, but on the bright side, we're all alone and most importantly, safe. All we have to do is restart generators. Nice and easy.
Hey, Ripley. Welcome to the Anisidora.
Marlowe? Where are you, Marlowe?
Oh, so that's where he went. Let's find Marlowe.
Recorded to try to find the wreck of the Nostromo. We got lucky.
I hate it when audio logs and in-game dialogue overlap.
What no one else seems prepared to do. Come find me, Ripley.
A facehugger? I thought this place was safe. There it is, the Nostromo flight recorder. After all this time. We press play and suddenly...
Added report. Personal message. This is for my daughter.
Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley.
Goosebumps, man! Goosebumps!
This is such a special moment. I love that this exists.
I'm sure I'll see you very soon. I love you, sweetheart.
Taylor and Marlowe appear on the other side of the window. Marlowe explains his grand plan: blow up Sevastopol.
It will annihilate every trace of that creature.
I mean, I get it. His reasons are noble, but maybe a little drastic? Taylor straight up knocks him out. We work together to stabilize the power core, which means doing some stuff under time pressure. Of course, we can't have nice things, and despite our best efforts, Taylor doesn't make it. Run, run, run. The escape sequence is a dramatic, if linear, experience. No other choice but to head back to Sevastopol. Chapter 15 reverts back to basics, focusing more on narrative than tension. It doesn't offer much in terms of gameplay. The flight recorder moment alone made it worth it though.
Don't worry. Don't worry about me.
At this point, I know I can backtrack and pick up some optional upgrades for the pipe bomb and Molotov. But let's be real, I barely use items, so why start now? That's why I decided to leave them behind and stick to the main quest.
Took out the orbital stabilizers. We're about to fall from the sky.
Oh, that's a mild nuisance. Guess I should probably do something about that. Priority number 1, contact the Torrents. For a change of pace, we're dealing with humans again. They're well armed and dangerous, but none of them saw me. Oh hey Ricardo, haven't seen you in a while.
Bypass Apollo completely.
Alrighty, off to the Sevastopol Observatory. Ooh, here again. Last time it was filled with androids. This time, more humans. And once again, they didn't see me. More new hacking minigames pop up. One requires us to match inputs using the D-pad as text appears. Another makes us align circles. You know, typical hacking stuff.
I'm going outside.
For real? Yep, she suits up and steps into the vastness of space. And just... wow. Stunning visuals yet again. Such a contrast from the cramped, dimly lit corridors we've been sneaking around for hours on end. Just us, the stars, the silence. The slow pace of this section gives me time to soak it all in. That being said, I won't lie, this part gets dull. At one point we have to input coordinates to match the numbers on the side. And just like that, the Torrents can dock.
Torrents, this is Ripley on the station. Are you reading me, Verlaine?
Ripley, what the hell is going on over there?
She removes the suit and...
Ricardo, get ready to move. We're leaving. Ricardo? Ricardo, do you copy?
Where's Ricardo? Aw, crap. Well, that's one problem solved.
I'm trying to stay positive here.
It saw me. This time, I fight back. Flamethrower, baby. It hisses and retreats, but only for a moment. Better move. A save station. Oh god, that was stupid. Thankfully, after reloading the checkpoint, I caught a lucky break. The Xeno looked the other way. Phew.
Ricardo? Oh god. Ricardo. Oh no.
Man, I liked Ricardo. Rest in peace, my friend. What should I do? Hide? Save? It killed someone else. Save. Those guys are still here. Well, that problem remedied itself. Had to fend it off one more time before reaching the elevator to SysTech Upper Transit. Compared to previous missions, this one was pretty chill, until the ending. Going outside again was visually breathtaking, but those sections drag a bit. Meanwhile, the alien is getting a lot more aggressive as we approach the final stretch. How do we get the Torrents to finally dock? Step 1, restore power to Solomon's Habitation Tower Transit. Step 2, survive. We creep through the darkened corridors and encounter one lone survivor. I tried to be sneaky, which of course means using my ion torch, a tool that lights up like a goddamn Christmas tree. Surely he'll notice. Nope. Completely oblivious. Well, he surely noticed that. I can't do anything without this thing being all over my ass. Phew, that was a close one. Aw, come on, man. Not now. Not ever. We're ready to head to the spaceflight terminal.
Torrents to Ripley. Ripley, we're about to move into position for the auto-umbilical dock sequence.
Another Nostromo log, this time by Ash.
Everyone regular, present and correct.
Amazing. Exactly what I needed. A speech from the galaxy's most untrustworthy android.
Emergency.
Wait a minute. Don't run? For fuck's sake, I didn't even see that thing. I managed to get away, but now the alien's back on my tail. Found a key card. Use it. Found another key card. Use that too. Is it in the vents above me or on my level? Ah! First vent death. Not one of my proudest moments. Man, this is getting brutally difficult. The xenomorph is relentless. It drops down and finds me immediately. My sluggish reaction didn't help. Leave me alone! Why are there so many linear corridors? I can't hide anywhere. What the hell? The flamethrower didn't scare it off? It doesn't care anymore. The Xeno is all out of fucks to give. It's actually embarrassing how many times it killed me. By some miracle, I made it to the spaceflight terminal.
Sevastopol, this is Diane Verlaine of the Torrens. I am attempting to dock on the tow platform below your spaceflight terminal. We can take survivors.
Oh, you can? That's adorable. We were here briefly at the start of the game and now we've come full circle. Again, just like so many times before, it's an elevator that ends things. This was hands down the hardest mission yet. It's short, but trying to complete any objective while the alien is in full murder mode made it feel like an eternity. And it's not over yet.
It's about damn time we escaped the Sevastopol, wouldn't you say? For real this time.
We finally make contact with the Torrens and all that stands between me and freedom is, you guessed it, another objective. Do the docking procedure. Which means, like always, restore power first. The switch for rebooting the system is actually inside a vent. Even though the music is screaming danger, there hasn't been any actual threat yet. Motherfucker! Gets me every time.
If I can find an EVA suit, I can still get to you.
We extend the maintenance rig and that's when the alien appears in the stairwell. At this point, the flamethrower barely buys me seconds. We torch it, it backs off for a moment, then it pounces and slaughters us anyway. It's outrageous, but somehow we made it to a spacesuit. Is that? Oh no! Am I dead? It's pitch black. I can barely move. I'm literally in hell. Ripley manages to free herself before she gets impregnated. Now excuse me while I make myself a nice omelet, suckers. Good thing facehuggers are mouthy little bastards. Most of the time we can hear them before they jump at our pretty face. 2 xenomorphs? Ah, hell no. First time using a Molotov. Man, I need to get out of here fast. Oh, what's happening? Ouch. I stand up, regain my composure, and then immediately walk into flames.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, was the dumbest death of this playthrough.
Jesus!
That almost gave me another heart attack. Yeah, add runaway transit cars to the list of hazards. Headaches guaranteed. Some trial and error for good measure. I thought I was dead for sure. Eggs in vents. That's just marvelous. How? How does she survive all this? Everything's on fire, falling apart, collapsing, but we forge ahead. Another spacesuit. But no alien this time. We suit up and inch our way to the release mechanisms. Ellen Ripley did this stuff in the original movie. It was already boring in the Colonial Marines DLC Stasis Interrupted, but yeah, we get the full immersive space bureaucracy experience. Did we really need to watch the entire process? Takes over a minute, just saying. Then... fuck, that's a lot. At the last possible second, we're saved by the exploding Sevastopol. I feel this mission was a step down from the previous one. The tense moments were great, but the ending dragged on way too long. That said, the egg nest and transit car scare were definite highlights. But what now? We're back on the Torrens where it all began. Feels like a lifetime ago. Everything has led up to this finale. Verlaine doesn't respond. That's not good. Better check out the bridge. We make our way forward, cautiously stepping through the silent, empty corridors. And then...
You're not Verlaine.
Jesus Christ, can I get a break? All we can do is slowly back down, step by step. It's basically a QuickTime event, except my life is actually on the line. My heart is pounding. We make it to the airlock and Ripley ejects both the alien and herself into space. The void swallows them whole. For a moment, nothing. Just Ripley floating in the vast emptiness of space. A single light flashes. Then, black screen. Game over.
So I guess Amanda survives? Maybe?
But goddamn, that's not a happy ending. Not that I expected one. This is Alien after all. It's bleak, it's unforgiving, it's survival at its most terrifying. And it feels so true to the franchise. Man, what a journey.
If you thought we'd seen everything this game has to offer, well, you're dead wrong.
I have the Ripley edition of Alien Isolation, which includes 2 DLC chapters that let us play scenes from the original Alien. How awesome is that? I've only played the first one, Crew Expendable, once before, but that was way back in 2017 and I never actually finished it. Maybe I was burned out on the game at the time, who knows.
But today, I'm not just beating it once, I'm beating it 3 times.
Why? Because we have a trio of characters to choose from. Ripley, Parker, and... You see, this DLC takes place right after poor Brett got killed looking for Jonesy, loosely following what happens next. The best part? The original cast returned to reprise their roles as voice actors, 35 years after the movie.
I'd have a look around first, see if there's anything that might help. You never know.
That's insane. A dream come true for Alien fans. Sadly, both Ian Holm and Yaphet Kotto have sadly passed away since then. Fun fact, Kotto also played the main villain in one of my favorite Bond movies, Live and Let Die. In terms of gameplay, not much separates the 3 characters. The mission is the same regardless of who you pick. The dialogue changes slightly and some characters appear in different locations. But honestly, I don't care. The novelty alone is enough for me to want to see and hear everything. First order of business, gather equipment. This gives us a chance to explore the Nostromo, and man, it feels just like in the movie. We pick up some flares, a med kit, the wrench, a motion tracker, and the freaking flamethrower. Speaking of the motion tracker, this one actually looks like it did in the 1979 film. Chunky, clunky, and analog as hell. After climbing down a ladder, Ash seals the hatch behind us. The objective? Close off vents to force the xenomorph into the central air shaft.
Good luck. I'm closing the hatch behind you.
Sure.
Good luck. I'm closing the hatch behind you.
That doesn't surprise me one little bit.
Good luck. I'm closing the hatch behind you.
Okay, Ash. See you on the other side.
There's no set order for closing vents, so it feels a bit less linear than much of Isolation. Of course, the alien shows up, and let me tell you, it's aggressive. It even found me in a vent, but for once I could fight back. Eventually, we reach the landing claw bay where Brett met his demise. What a fantastic setting.
Find the primary airshaft system and lead the creature down to the deck below.
Ah, yes. For the first time ever, we actually want the alien to follow us.
Not creepy at all.
Still using the vents. What a weird-ass glitch. Remember when Dallas crawled through the vents with Lambert guiding him in the movie? Of course you do. We actually get to play this part.
I'm going into the primary shaft.
Lambert gives real-time directions.
Right.
It's claustrophobic enough to make you sweat. Without a flashlight, it's super dark, so we have to rely on our flamethrower just to see. But man, the alien got me good a couple of times. There are no save stations, but you get checkpoints here and there, so it's not too punishing. At the very end we gotta wait for the beast to enter the airlock and then seal it. Why is nothing happening? Damn, did I mess it up? Oh wait, this is scripted.
Must have been a glitch in the system. Nothing we could do. It was worth a try. We're going to have to think of something new. Looks like we're back to square one. I need to consult with Mother.
Yeah, you do that. The DLC ends with a classic Ash quote from the film.
I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies.
I have no idea why I couldn't beat this in 2017. In terms of gameplay, it doesn't diverge much from the main game, but I loved it nonetheless. Especially the Lambert guidance sequence. Such a unique gameplay mechanic. It's a bit short, with each playthrough taking me between 12 to 21 minutes.
And yeah, playing it 3 times in a row, maybe a little overkill.
The second DLC, Last Survivor, only has one playable character. Ripley. That's because this takes place at the movie's climax. The objective is to help Parker and Lambert gather coolant cylinders. It doesn't take long for the inevitable to happen as we hear both of them die painfully. So damn sad. Man, look at that big ass map. There they are. And now it's just me. And yep, there's our arch nemesis. You know the drill. We need to blow up the ship, ergo initiate the Nostromo emergency destruct system.
Please no.
Yeah, it's an ear splitter, isn't it? Oh no, this shit again. I can't believe they make us go through the entire procedure again.
The ship will detonate in T-minus 5 minutes.
Tell me, is there a more terrifying alarm in existence? Because I don't think so.
Alarm! 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 Alarm!
At least Ripley starts singing Lucky Star to calm her nerves.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Nice callback, except it's actually stressing me out even more. We make it to the shuttle, triggering Ripley's final report.
This is Ripley. Last survivor of the Nostromo. Signing off.
And you know what? I'm glad we didn't have to go back for the cat. Sorry, Jonesy, you're on your own.
For some reason, the alien wasn't much of a challenge here. Same difficulty setting as before, so I have no idea why. It took me about 16 minutes to win, and while I liked the premise, it was a little disappointing because of how short it was. That said, as an Alien fan, going through both DLCs was still a blast. And even though I probably won't replay them anytime soon, I'm really glad they exist. There's one more thing. Alien Isolation comes with a survivor mode. It's a competitive single-player experience, a series of challenges while a xenomorph relentlessly hunts you down. No pressure. The goal? Complete objectives, earn points, bonuses and multipliers, and compete for the best time and score on leaderboards. There are 4 playable characters if you have the Ripley edition, and while there are multiple levels, I only have access to one, the basement. The rest? DLC I don't own. I tried survivor mode a couple of times, but by this point I was feeling burnt out on the game. And to be real, I'm not really into the competitive aspect, so this mode never hooked me. If you like speedruns, leaderboard chasing and proving your dominance over murderous space lizards, this might be your thing. But for me, I gave it a shot, said,
nah, I'm good,
and moved on. That said, it has its fans, so if it sounds like your cup of Xeno tea, go nuts.
Man, that was exhausting. Before we conclude, I'd like to sing my praises to the music and sound.
One of Alien Isolation's greatest achievements is its masterful use of audio. From the moment you set foot on Sevastopol station, the sound design immerses you in its tense, oppressive atmosphere. The eerie hum of flickering lights, the distant echoes of unseen movement, and the ominous creaks of metal grinding under its own weight all serve to make the station feel truly alive and absolutely terrifying. Every hiss of a vent, every sudden metallic clank makes you question whether you're alone or being watched. The station itself groans like a dying beast, its aging infrastructure constantly shifting and settling, creating an environment where paranoia takes hold fast.
The voice acting is another standout element, adding weight and believability to every interaction.
Andrea Deck delivers a fantastic performance as Amanda Ripley, balancing strength and vulnerability in a way that makes her journey feel authentic and deeply personal. But she's not alone. Anthony Howell's portrayal of Samuels, the calm and composed synthetic, makes for a stark contrast to the chaos around him. Even the bit roles, from panicked survivors to sinister corporate figures, carry a sense of conviction, making every conversation, audio log and distress call feel like part of a living, breathing world. Then there's it, the alien. The xenomorph's presence is defined not just by its imposing physicality, but by the hideous sounds it makes as it hunts you down. It doesn't just appear, it announces itself with every movement. The heavy thud of its footsteps as it stalks the halls, the deep rasping breaths it takes as it sniffs out its prey, the sudden visceral shriek when it spots you. All of it is designed to make you feel utterly helpless. Sometimes you'll hear it slithering through the vents above, a sickening mix of scraping claws and shifting metal, warning you that death could drop from above when you least suspect it. Other times it'll let out a guttural hiss, a sound so primal and filled with malice that it sends chills down your spine. This isn't just a monster, it's a predator, and the game makes sure you hear every horrifying second of its hunt. As if the xenomorph wasn't bad enough, the working Joe androids add a whole dimension of horror. Their cold mechanical voices, delivered with a disturbing lack of emotion, give a different sense of fear than the alien. There's something uniquely chilling about hearing a polite synthetic voice calmly warning you that running is pointless. Especially when you know it's about to grab you by the throat. Their heavy, deliberate footsteps echo through the hallway, so you never feel truly safe.
But the game doesn't just create an alien-like experience through its characters. It makes sure you feel like you're inside the world of the movie through realistic sound design.
The motion tracker, perhaps the most vital tool in the game, isn't just a visual experience, it's an auditory one. On the PS4 and PS5, the sound of the motion tracker's iconic beeping doesn't just play through the TV speakers. It comes from the controller itself. Holding that controller in your hand as the tracker pings louder and faster, warning you of incoming danger, makes it feel like you're really gripping it in-game. It's a small but brilliant touch that adds an extra layer of immersion, making every use of the device feel more tactile, more real. That little speaker in the controller becomes your lifeline, and the closer the xenomorph gets, the more you want to put the thing down and hold your breath.
The game takes immersion even further with an optional feature that lets the controller's built-in microphone betray you.
If enabled, the game listens to your real-life sounds. If you speak, breathe too loudly, or make any noise in the room, the xenomorph can hear it. It may sound like a gimmick, but this turns an already intense stealth experience into something even more nerve-wracking. Imagine hiding in a locker, watching the creature stalk the room, only for it to suddenly stop and turn because you accidentally exhale too loudly. It's an ingenious feature that makes you feel even more connected to Ripley's struggle for survival, forcing you to physically share in her fear.
And finally, the music, one of Alien Isolation's most impressive elements.
It's not just a copy-pasty horror soundtrack, it's Alien soundtrack reborn. Inspired by Jerry Goldsmith's haunting and atmospheric score from the 1979 classic, this soundtrack doesn't just mimic its sound, but fully embraces its essence. The game's orchestral pieces range from slow, creeping tension builders to explosive bursts of sound when danger strikes. Brass instruments wail in distress, dissonant strings screech when the xenomorph appears, and eerie, almost melodic undertones fill the quiet moments in between. Much like an Alien, the score never overpowers the scene, it works in tandem with it, swelling just enough to reinforce the fear, and then vanishing into silence when necessary. That balance between music and quiet is what makes it so effective. Just like in Ridley Scott's film, silence can be just as terrifying as the loudest notes. If you're playing Alien Isolation Isolation with a good sound system or headphones, you're in for a rare audio experience. The game doesn't just look like Alien, it sounds like Alien, and that's what makes it truly special. Every beep of a motion tracker, every garbled distress call, every whispered breath you take in a locker, it all comes together to create a world that feels as authentic as it's frightening. If Scott's Alien was about the horror of the unknown, then Alien Isolation is about the horror of knowing exactly what's coming for you, and hearing every step it takes.
Let's wrap this up.
After revisiting Alien Isolation, I can confidently say that it remains one of the most immersive and terror-stricken survival horror games ever made. Few titles capture the essence of their source material as perfectly as this one does. From the suffocating tension of hiding from the xenomorph, to the eerie silence of Sevastopol's abandoned hallways, every second is dripping with an oppressive atmosphere. The sound design, the visuals, the pacing, it all works together to create an experience that is both deeply immersive and relentlessly terrifying. What truly sets it apart is its commitment to make the player feel vulnerable. There's no power fantasy here, no moment where you become the hunter. The xenomorph is an unpredictable force of nature, and survival depends on patience, strategy, and sheer nerve. Even after 2 playthroughs, it never loses its ability to make me sweat, to make me freeze in place, gripping the controller as I wait for the perfect moment to move. One thing that really stands out, Amanda Ripley is a fantastic protagonist. She's not some space marine or hardened warrior. She's just a determined engineer caught in a walking nightmare. What I love most is that she's resourceful and resilient, but never invincible. She gets scared. She barely makes it out alive. Yet she keeps pushing forward. It's refreshing to play as a character who isn't just badass for the sake of it, but instead earns your respect through sheer survival instinct and grit. It's a nice twist on the final girl trope.
That being said, the game isn't flawless.
Some sections drag on a little too long, and there's not enough variety in the objectives. It starts to feel repetitive at some point. A lot of the missions boil down to restoring power, pressing buttons and backtracking through familiar areas. When the xenomorph is actively hunting you, it doesn't matter because the tension is so overwhelming, but during some of the longer android-heavy sections, the repetition becomes noticeable. Certain missions could have been shorter or better paced to keep the momentum going. The exterior spacewalks were a nice change of pace visually, giving us a rare break from the station's dark, claustrophobic corridors, but sadly, they were a little dry gameplay-wise. Slowly drifting through zero gravity and flipping switches just didn't offer the same kind of excitement as the rest of the game, but I appreciate that they gave us time to breathe. Still, these flaws don't take away from the fact that Alien Isolation is a one-of-a-kind experience. Creative Assembly took a huge risk stepping away from action-heavy run-and-gun gameplay in favor of pure, unfiltered suspense. And it paid off. This game understands what made 79 Alien so effective. It's not just about the monster, it's about isolation, helplessness, and the fear of the unknown.
The fear of the unknown might be our biggest fear.
Even when the Xeno isn't on screen, the gloomy atmosphere, the malfunctioning androids, the desperate human survivors, and the looming dread that something is always waiting in the shadows ensure that there's rarely a moment to truly relax. The game does provide weapons and tools to help you survive. One thing that sets this game apart is its crafting system. You don't just find supplies, you actually have to build the tools that might save your life. The system is simple but effective, forcing you to make tough choices with limited resources. Do you craft a Molotov to drive away the alien, or save those materials for an EMP mine in case you run into more working Joes? The constant resource management makes the scavenged items feel valuable.
But I have to admit, I made things harder for myself by barely using any of the items.
Whether it was out of paranoia, resource hoarding, or just pure stubbornness, I spent most of my time relying on stealth instead of actually fighting back or causing distractions. Sure, throwing a noisemaker or blasting a working Joe with a stun baton could have saved me plenty of trouble, but something about sneaking around unarmed just made the experience feel even more raw.
Maybe on a future playthrough I'll actually make proper use of my inventory. Or maybe I'll just continue suffering.
Looking back, it's hard to believe this game came out in 2014. It still holds up beautifully, and without a doubt, it's the best Alien game I've reviewed so far. No other title in the franchise comes close to seizing the sheer terror and authenticity of the Alien universe quite like this. It's intense, immersive, and often downright downright exhausting, but that's exactly why it works so well. The craziest part? I usually don't play horror games, but Alien Isolation is a rare exception. Even though it stresses me out beyond belief, I couldn't put it down this time.
And now, after finishing it again, I can confidently say that it's my favorite Alien game of all time. Of the ones I've played anyway.
And the best part? A sequel has been confirmed. After years of speculation, Creative Assembly has officially announced that Alien Isolation 2 is in development. I don't know what they have in store for us yet, but if it's anything like the first game, I'm ready to suffer all over again. That being said, I still haven't played Nightmare Mode. I know it's there, taunting me, daring me to try.
Maybe one day I'll give it a shot, but not right now. I've already been through enough stress and I don't think I'm mentally prepared for the hell that awaits in that difficulty. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go lie down.
Hey everyone, this is Gfrom. Thank you so much for watching episode 50 of Gfrom Reviews. Feel free to rate, comment and subscribe. You can also support me on Patreon if you like. I'll see you later. Have a nice day.